Okay, Reese, so today we are going to be reading a book called Rent a Llama. And before we get started, I wanted to go through some of the pictures with you to talk, so we could talk a little bit about what the book is about. And the first thing I wanted to point out is this first picture on this first page we come to here. What does it look like is happening here?
He's dreaming of having a llama and riding it.
Yeah, he's dreaming. It looks like he's riding a horse. And so how do you know he's dreaming in that picture?
Because it has a thought bubble.
Right, yeah, there's like a thought bubble, and he's laying in his bed, right? Mm-hmm. And then, let's see here. We'll come to the next page here. And I wanted to point out to you in this picture, what do you think, can you see the facial expressions on the characters? Mm-hmm. What do you think they're feeling? Like, what do you think the mamas?
He's sad there.
Yeah.
And she's sad there.
Well, she looks kind of like worried, maybe, do you think?
Oh.
And there's a word on this page that I wanted to point out to you also. It's mama. But do you see this little mark above the last A? Mm-hmm. That is an accent mark, and it means we say it a little bit differently, like in Spanish.
Mama?
Yes, right, like in Spanish. And let's see. We have some other expressions you might want to notice here. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh, yes. What does he look like there?
Happy?
Yeah, he looks kind of happy, but his cheeks are a little red. Looks maybe you think might look a little shy in that picture. And we're also going to go over some of the words that you're going to come across in this book that you may not be familiar with or familiar with the way that they're used. Mm-hmm. So we already talked about mama and the accent. There's some other words. This word care. And in this case, care means to help keep something healthy or in a good condition. Mm-hmm. And club, a group of people who meet because they share a common interest. Ranch, a large area of land usually used for raising livestock, such as horses, cattle, or sheep. And shyly, do you know what it means to feel shy?
It means to, it means to not really want to. It means to be a little bit not wanting to talk that much.
Yeah, to be quiet means in a timid or a fearful way. And then stalls. Do you know what stalls are?
Where horses and llamas.
And llamas might, right, in like a barn or a stable, the places where they live. And stroked. Do you know what it means to don't touch the mouse. Do you know what it means to gently, or to stroke? Means to gently move your hand over the surface of something. The author chose to use some of those words because they're just a little bit stronger words. They're more descriptive. They give you a better...
They're synonyms to other words.
They are synonyms to other words too. And we're also, while we're reading today, what I want you to focus on, Reese, we're going to be learning about something called point of view. Can you look over here for me? Point of view. And they're in a story. It might be told from a first-person point of view, or it might be told from a third-person point of view. And there are some things that you can look for that will help you determine if a story, like who is telling the story. Right, so if it's a first-person point of view, you're going to look for words like I, me, my, when the person talking is talking about themselves. And if it's a third person, there's something I want you to look out for. In this book, it's kind of a secret person in the book.
Narrator.
Right.
He says them.
Yeah, he says he, she, his or her, or them, their. You're going to look for some of these other words that'll show you.
When you're reading a book, you're kind of the narrator.
You are kind of sometimes reading the part of the narrator. But the narrator is not somebody you see in the book necessarily, are they? Yeah, they're not necessarily. So it's kind of like a secret.
It's not actually a real person.
Not necessarily, right.
It's the author. The author is the narrator.
Are you ready to get started with reading Rent a Llama? You think it sounds pretty good? Not sure? Okay, we'll give it a try.